Welcome to Let's Play Farming Simulator 2013 on This map is called the Old Family Farm 2013. So this is season 2 now of the Let's Play series by me, Ian Robson. So as I mentioned in the previous season, this map is a small map. Not as big as the last one, and we're going to be using only sub 100 horsepower tractors on this map. So they've given us a few fields already. They got field 14, 5, 6, and 3. So let's start off by exploring a little bit. So I don't know how many people are familiar with this particular map. This map is from the FS-UK, as most of my mods really are. Oh, be quiet, chicken. Holy cow. So, this is our chicken coop, obviously, is over here. And those are rabbits, apparently. Huh, I never noticed that before. I don't know if you can actually open that up or anything. No. These are transporter points, so they allow you to go from this farm to other farms on the map. Anyways, let's start exploring. So, here we have chickens. Here you feed your chickens as usual. So they need water and wheat. So this is another map with the water mod installed. So it says, welcome to the Old Family Farm. Have a look around to get familiar with the place. If you're not sure what something is used for, the help icons will guide you. Alright, so let's go ahead and read this right here because I haven't read it to you guys yet. It says, excuse me, welcome to the Old Family Farm. Your grandpa is getting up there in age and has moved on, so he's left you his farm. Do you have what it takes to get things in order? So there are 3 farms on this map. The main farm is where you will come in. Farm 2 is where you can raise pigs, sell at the butcher shop in the town. Farm 3 is south of town where you can raise sheep for their grade A wool to sell at the Bay Hay and Feed store. There are also teleporters located behind the main farmhouse to get to all the farms, and teleporters there to get you back. The main sell point is Bay Hay and Feed, where you can sell everything but eggs. To go to the butcher shop in town, or the eggs go to the butcher shop in town. The local saloon makes their own refreshments, so they need corn, wheat, and barley. You can haul your own milk to the dairy, or just let the milk truck do the work for you. He comes at 7 a.m. and once again at 6 p.m. So make sure that all your implements are out of the way, and if you're not sure where everything is, help icons will guide you. So, what are you waiting for? Put on your overalls, grab your hat and your corncob pipe, and get to work. So I'm not going to start using a pipe anytime soon, and I don't have overalls, but let's just go ahead and save it while we're here. Alright, let's do some more exploring. Alright, so obviously those are our seeds. This is our fertilizer. I'll have to remember that. And the really cool thing about this map is it does not use a typical system for silos. So here we have our chaff silo. So you can store extra chaff you get. To get it back out, there's a pipe on the other side of the silo. So you drop it in this. So this is a blower which actually blows it all the way up to the top of the silo. So you actually use these silos. So in Westbridge Hills, you have silos like this, but you don't use them. In this map, you do. How awesome is that? So this is where you pick up your chaff right here. Alright, what's this over here? So this is where we pick up our liquid manure. A nice open pickup point. I really like that. That's always nice for course play. Let's go over here. Oh, so this must be our milk pickup point. So here your milk truck comes and collects the milk twice a day, once at 7 a.m. and at 6 p.m. You can also haul it yourself to the dairy. So also nice open field, so you can actually drive in this field as well if you choose to. Different grass graphics. So there's our manure pit over there, I suppose. And let's go back over here. Check this out. So you actually have to drive in here to drop stuff off, if I remember correctly. So this would be for your straw in there, and that'd be for your feed. And they have your cows have a nice little pond in the back here. off from a little creek, it looks like. Alright, let's go back over here and find out a little bit more. So as you're aware, I transferred the money from our previous account to this account, our previous save game to this game. And I've already sold all the equipment in-game. I've only purchased one thing, and you'll find out what that is momentarily. So here is a farmer with his corn cob pipe and his overalls and his hat, milking a very stationary cow. Alright, what's this over here? So this, I believe, is for water. Yep, there's a water tower here. Here's some storage for our implements. Nice. And this is sugar beets, obviously, so sugar beets and potatoes. Yeah, sugar beets and potatoes. And over here is straw barn. Here is where you can store extra straw for later use back under the pipe in the barn to refill your wagon. So you just drop your straw in there and you can fill it up from that pipe right there. So this map is going to take a little bit more manual work as opposed to I'm going to do some course play like I did last time, but it won't be all course played. I can't, obviously, in situations like that. It's just not possible. Let's go back over here. Check out what this is over here. Lots of stuff going on. So obviously that's our diesel, our fuel tank. Nothing exciting there. Nice little barn. I'd like to see these doors open, but they don't. So, or maybe don't with person, or the person, I should say. So there's one silo. Here's another silo. That was chaff. This is going to be our grass. So you drop off your grass there as well. Obviously, this is our water trough. And I guess that's not our feeding trough. Here's where you drop off your grains. So grain storage, here's where you store your grain. So this is a bit different than normal. So instead of having a big sign on the silo itself, it has wheat down there in the seeds. This is barley, corn, I think it is, or canola, sorry. And then here's our corn. There's the milk truck right there. So let's go in and hop into our first purchase, which is our F-150. Their John Deere insignia on the front there. Let's go ahead and start her up. This is the Ford Mustang engine, it sounds like in here. So there's where we can sell our root crops over there. There's the bay hay and feed, so we can sell our pretty much everything there, I think. Here is where you can sell straw, as you can see. And if you go around the back here, you can pick up some straw. You can actually collect straw from here, if I remember correctly. Alright, let's head back into our truck here. Apparently this truck is from Florida. Oh, getting ahead of ourselves here. So here's where we can buy our shops. Here's where we can buy our vehicles. And selling point for the wool. So you just drive through there with your wool. Golf cart. Always nice to have a golf cart. And here's where you can sell your vehicles directly. Alright, let's take a little... Don't want to get too crazy on my... So welcome to Santa Fe Springs. So Santa Fe... I don't know where that is in the States. I don't live there in the States. Alright, let's go through here. Go through this little bit here. Let's turn this off for a second so we can walk through town. So this has a little church here, which is pretty cool. And I discovered it has graves in here too, which is kind of creepy, I suppose. But so this is the town. It is pretty close to our location. So there's the Old Timer Saloon. So this is where we sell... What do we sell at the saloon? So the bay, hay, and feed picks up everything except for pigs. The butcher shop. So remember last map we had, I think it was $25 a pig. This time we have $100 a pig. So it's a bit more. But of course that always fluctuates. Here is the ATM, the First Farmers Bank. So we also have a rail line in this one, and the saloon. So the saloon takes wheat, barley, and corn. And apparently we have some potatoes and sugar beets already, and some wheat. Not a whole lot. This game is on hard again. I felt because we were carrying over money, it only made sense to put it on hard. So selling point for the eggs. Alright. So here is the Santa Fe Railroad. The selling point for the pigs. Nice. Here's the railway right here. There's no train apparently, but just the cars. You drop your, I don't know, whatever you have to sell, I guess, basically. Let's hop back in our truck. Take a little cruise around. Alright, let's go back over here. So, this is a power plant, it looks like. I don't think you can actually do anything here. Let's just drive around and check. No. Nope, just a power plant. Nice little addition for a small town. Looks a bit modern for the town, but maybe it's just me. Alright, let's continue. So we've only explored one avenue, or one area I should say, not all the areas. So let's take a little drive through town. And on this map there are some things you can drive through, but you can't drive through everything, so that's nice. So it has a combination of, I guess you'd call it collisionable. Oh. So you can hear the train, but you can't see it. Does it actually come out? I don't think so. Stays there. Alright, let's continue on now. Doing 60 clicks, so we're actually going a little bit faster. So here is our other farm. Alright, let me just hop out here. Turn this truck off. Another fuel. I think that's actually a map that is a field we actually own. Field number 14 there. So as you can see, it's not completely level. It's a little bit, has some slope to it. This is the sheep section, if I remember correctly. Another grass silo there, windmill over there. And so our water trough for our sheep. And you can go in the sheep field here, looks like, again. And then here. So this map, one of the interesting things about it is it actually encourages you to drive into the pastures of each of the animals. So this is where you pick up your pallets from. So your wool pallets get collected here. I don't know what that's for, but it says right there. This is kind of interesting. They make you, they have it as a sheep shearing station, I suppose, is what it's supposed to be. So this is the farm number 3. This is where all the sheep are. As I mentioned last time, we probably won't get too into sheep again, because we did that last time. And we're going to try and hit up pigs a bit more this time around, and some more cows. So we're going to focus on dairy and pigs for this particular season. And because we are using only sub 100 tractors, that's going to make a couple things interesting. Because for the pigs, they can take things like potatoes, and they can take things like sugar beets, but I can't do sugar beets because I don't have a powerful. I won't have a powerful enough tractor. Let's go to the Silver Creek farm over here. On nice cruise control 1, maybe 2. 1 was a bit too slow. There we go. So this is our pig farm. So let's go straight first, Ian. There we go. Another farm over here. So we got a field right there. More seeds, Fertilizer. Diesel again. And here's another silo here again for, what's this over here? Grass, it looks like. Let's just drive over to see our pigs. There we go. So pigs, you can raise pigs to sell at your local butcher. Make sure you feed them well. Don't forget to clean out the manure. Oh, so you have to clean out the manure? I didn't know that. There you go. So here's the feeding trough for them. And that's the liquid manure pickup point right there. And I don't know what that is. That's just, that's nothing. And I believe this is where you pick up the pigs, right over here. And you can drop your root vegetables over there. And you can drop their feed over here for them. Alright. Let's turn around here. So this is the farm. Nothing too big. We basically explored most of it already. Let's go back and see what fields we actually own. So there's a small town. Here's where we sell things. Nothing too crazy. And that's actually a gas station. That's pretty cool. Alright. So this is not a multi-fruit map. It is a standard fruit map, which is okay because it's a small map. So we don't own any of these fields, but I imagine we could harvest them easily enough because they're just ready to go. I don't know if there's withering on this map, I'll be honest. So we own this field right here, field number 6. And we own this field right here, which is into nothing at the moment. We don't own either of these fields, but we do own this one up here. So as you can see, there's lots of open area here. Some of the trees, you can run into them, but not all of them. I think, so for example, this one right here, let's find out. Yeah, so that's a solid tree, but I think some of the other trees aren't. But they've given you enough space around the edge of the field, so if you want to use course play or hard workers or anything like that, it is possible. So, don't know what this is. I don't know why you can go over here, but let's just... So I guess this is just a... Oh, this is where we can pick up water from. I guess this is a... Yeah, it looks like that's what it is. A water pickup point. Because it is a windmill there. Makes sense. It's drawing water from underground springs there, I suppose. So far, this truck is the only purchase I have made, and the only reason I bought it is so I could drive around and show you guys the map a little bit. Whoops. So that's what we own. So, as I mentioned, or I was going to say, because there are lots of, well, there is lots of place where you can expand, I think we're going to do some plowing in this season, which we never did last season. So, let's just, so here's an example. You can drive right into your pasture right here. And they even give you a little bit of an area where you can drive through and drop off your, I guess it would be straw there, or grass, I suppose. Alright, so let's go make some purchases. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, thank goodness. I'm happy they made that, that gate so you can run through it. So let's just park our truck. Actually, let's go to the shop. We need to go to the shop. What am I doing? So that's just about everything, I think. Actually, let's go over here. I haven't been over here yet, so this is on the other half. So corn we can potentially harvest. Some more corn. We actually own this field right here, field number 3, which is grass. I don't know if you can plow under those shrubs or not. That looks like wheat, I think it is. Looks like wheat. Alright, so let's go to the shop. So, not high prices here again, because this is on hard again. So, I'm not expecting this to be easy by any means. Alright, There's our mailbox there. I think you can drive through these. Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, so let's park this right here and go make some purchases. Oh, better go up the stairs. What are we doing here? Can't just hop up. Alright, activate the shop menu. Here we go. So, let's start off with tractors, because we're going to need some tractors. Okay, so I mentioned that we're going to do sub 100 tractors. But we do need something that's close to 100 horsepower. Not that. Apparently that's not going to be what we're going to be using in this map. So we can use the farmalls, which are going to be nice because I would never use those otherwise. But because we put this limit on us, we're going to try and we are going to stay below 100 horsepower. So these international harvesters, as nice as they are going to be too much. That's too much as well. The Landini, I don't know how much horsepower that is. It doesn't say. So if I don't know how much horsepower it is, I'm not going to use it. Maybe it's 85. I'm not sure. This Massey Ferguson is 97, so I could buy that. Definitely going to check that out before I buy it because I don't know what it looks like. I could get this, but I know that thing's really slow, so I don't want to get it. That's too powerful. So let's start off by getting ourselves a 90 horsepower tractor. So this is going to be our powerhouse. So this one's going to be able to do our seeding. It's going to be able to do our plowing and any kind of heavy lifting. So this is as high as, almost as high as we can get. So let's go ahead and buy that. All right. And let's buy, I think some of these have wither wheels on them, so I have to be careful. I have to remember which ones do and which ones don't. I know the Fords don't. They don't have wither wheels. But the farmalls do. Let's see here. So I'm going to buy a slightly less powerful, so I could do this. This is 45 horsepower. And this one's 61, and that's 51. The row crops, we don't need those. Do we have? These cases are just too expensive, and I don't know how much horsepower they have. No. So let's go ahead and get one of these Comfort Kings here, or not Comfort Kings. Let's do the Farmall 560. So this is a 61 horsepower tractor. So the Farmall 560 was introduced in the summer of 1958, the first 6-cylinder Farmall. Unfortunately, this new engine was backed by a final drive based on the Farmall M of 1939, which proved incapable of handling the increase in power. A new rear end was made available by International Harvester during 1959. Alright, so let's get this as well. So those are going to be our two tractors to start off. Okay. Do we need a front loader? Not yet. So this could work. This is a 74 horsepower front loader. That could work. This could work. There's no way I'm going to buy that. This isn't going to be a classic tractor one. This is going to be a sub 100. I might buy this. 61 horsepower. I guess that falls under the guidelines. So harvesters, we definitely need one of those. This is going to be too big for this map, I feel. I don't believe our 100 horsepower rule should apply to harvesters, because it wouldn't make any sense. But I do have a harvester we can use. So we are going to check out this. This is 70 horsepower, so we'll be able to use that. That works. We could use this for maize, grass, wheat, and rape. I've never used this before. I don't know how it works at all. I'm assuming you just use it as a regular thing, but let's leave that out for now. We are going to need one of these. So this one's not a double chop, though. No, range and grass cribbing. No. So we're going to stick with our kit from last series, which was a good thing. That's going to be too powerful for us. We can't use that piece of machinery. The FAR M60X I'm not going to use that. I don't like that, the far. But we can get our New Holland Clayson M35. This is from the FS-UK mod team. A very solid combine. And it's actually a bit bigger than the far. I'm not going to get a header trailer. We don't need that. We could get this. I've never used it, but we're going to forego that for now. Let's move over. What else do we need? So we could do potato harvesting actually. So this goes up to 100 horsepower. So we could use it with our current tractor that we have, our big Ford 7000. We could use it for that, but we're going to forego that for now. We are going to need a tipper. 21,000 liters. That might be a bit big. What else do we got here? That's way too big. Way too big. Way too big. Yeah, so it says it needs a minimum of 110. So we don't have anything that's quite that large. We could get the Galucho trailers. I don't know how much these actually, how much horsepower you need. That's the one problem with trailers or tippers. You never know how much you actually need for these. I don't think there's anyone that actually says you need X number. Well, obviously there is because we just found one. Marshall trailer. That's a bit too small. It doesn't do everything we need it to do. No, not that. The Oracle's going to be way too small. Those are way too big. Could work for that. That's just enormous. We can't use that. This we can definitely use. So this will work for all our grains, but not for our root crops. So we're going to start with that. And we're going to need a silage trailer. But let's get started with just what we have here for now. So these are our purchases. The Ford 7000, a 94 horsepower tractor. Good to do all our plowing. Oh, we never got to cultivators. We're going to need a cultivator too. So this is the Farmall 560. Nice looking tractor. A little bit of rust on the headers there, it looks like. Or the exhaust intake. Or no. Oh my goodness, what's it called? This is the intake, I think it's called. This is our New Holland Clayson. A little bit of an old looking combine, but it'll get the job done. And here's our quarry. So we're actually going to need a couple more things now that I think about it. We are going to need a cultivator. So because we are sticking to 100 horsepower or below, we cannot use a no-till, one of my preferred no-till seeders. So we're actually going to have to get a disc, perhaps could work, or a cultivator. This could actually work. This needs 45 horsepower. So our, I believe, yeah, so our other tractor has 61 horsepower. So we could use this. We're going to need something like this because, yeah, let's go ahead and get that. And then what else do we need? We were going to need a plow eventually, so let's take a look here. This, I don't know how much that needs. Don't know. So this is 70 horsepower, so we could use that. That's 2 power, not enough. So we could use this one as well. But that's a push plow. We don't have anything that will actually use a push plow. We could get this. This is a 3-furrow plow, but that's a bit on the expensive side. Couldn't get that, no. So let's stick with this one. So it's a 3-furrow plow. 3 or 4 furrow. So we could use this one. It's a 3-furrow plow. It's 10 grand though. So it's 1 extra furrow we get to pay an extra 8 grand. Let's just get that. And what else is there? Sowing machines. We're definitely going to need a sowing machine. So the Hassia is only 2 meters wide. I think this one does 5 meters wide, and it actually plants wheat, barley, rape, or canola, sorry. I think we'll get that. What else? What other options do we have? We could get this one, or the Sola Eurosim, but which is actually the same as the Alice Chalmers there. So let's go ahead and get the Alice Chalmers. What else do we have? Fertilizer. We're definitely going to need fertilizer. We could use this. No, I'm going to try and stay away from that. Don't want to do a sprayer. No. Manure. We could do this, but we don't have any manure yet. So we maybe could use that. Definitely can use this one. I know that. And I don't think we can use any of those. We could use the Crone or the John Deere manure sprayer. Slurry. Can't use the Abbey one we used in last season because it needs a bit too much power. But I know the Connors, too much power. The Fleming, we have no idea. But the Marshall only requires 70 horsepower. So we could use that one. I'm not going to use this because it's a very small spread on that one. Well, on this map that could work, but it's a little big, so let's go ahead and buy this. I know I don't have any slurry yet, but we will soon, I'm sure. A mower. We don't need a mower yet because we have, or we're going to get the kit harvester. We don't need a windrower yet. Don't need a tedder yet. We don't have one of these. We could use this. I don't know how much horsepower this would actually need, but I think it would be okay with the probably either tractor we have right now. These are going to be way too much. And what else do we have? Baling. We could use these balers. That's possible. I'm not a big fan. This is too big for our tractors. So we could do rounds, which needs 100 horsepower. So we have 94, so you know, it's within reason. This we don't have enough for. And we could use the New Holland 60 horsepower requirement, but I have no idea how to pick up those bales. And what else do we have here? We could use the McHale round baler as well. That's another possibility. Or this other McHale round baler that I have. Or we could use the vintage John Deere. Not yet. Feeding, we don't need this yet. Weights, we don't need any weights. And misc, do we need any misc yet? We are going to need this eventually. We have a truck. We are going to need a water trailer. This could work. Yeah, let's just start off with what we got right now. So, we have our New Holland. Let's go ahead and hear what it sounds like when you start it up. Oh, not as dramatic as I thought it was going to be. Not a very pretty looking tractor or combine, but it will get the job done. Eventually we may upgrade, so we're going to go ahead and drive this to our field. Let's just think which field we can stick it to. Why do I keep doing this? Whoops. Alright, not 6. I guess we can start it right here. It's not make a difference. We don't own this field, but remove dividers from transport mode. Oh, what's this? I need the information on here. Attach dividers. There. Remove dividers. What does that do? Oh, attach dividers. Gotta turn it back on now, apparently. Close the information. There we go. Let's get her started here. Can we actually harvest this? We can. Sweet. So I'm going to go ahead and get that guy started, harvesting that little field there. We don't own it, but we can harvest it, so that's good. Alright, we have our Ford. These tractors, if you're ever listening, are really loud. But they're really nice looking. NI Modding did this. As you can see, the throttle gauge moves there. And I don't think the gear shift, the pedals work, but the gear shifters don't. I think the indicators do work. Let's just check. No, 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 no. What was that? Oh, that's the lights. Anyways, let's go over here. Let's start with our seeder. Ooh, that's a bit bigger seeder than I thought it was going to be. Is this tractor going to be able... Let's put some weight in the front of this tractor first. I think it's M, if I remember correctly. There we go. Back it up. Seems to be okay. Nice looking seeder. Alice Chalmers. Can I actually adjust that? Nope. Let's just leave that on. Can't adjust anything on it. Unfold. Oh, look at that. That's pretty cool. So, you can fertilize with this? Fertilization partially? I didn't know you could do that. Well then. That's pretty cool. Let's take that over to the farm as well. Guy's almost done, it looks like. So, being as this is a 94 horsepower tractor, let's turn down here. I don't think there's any traffic on this map other than the milk truck itself, so that's nice. I don't know what that little thing in the corner says. I think it might just be for grass, wheat. Yeah, it's just your standard grains. Alright, let's go ahead and fill this up. Does it matter? No, it doesn't matter. Okay, let's just fill it up then. Woo, that's expensive. So, let's start by doing some wheat. Where's our first field over here? I know we have one. I need to find all the fields now. Alright, here it is over here. I think this field's been fertilized, the other one hasn't. Actually, I think we can actually put... Whoa, gotta be careful around the corners on that. Jeez. I think we can actually add fertilizer to this as well. Let's go double check. Fertilization. Left shift O. What does that do? Oh, shift E and shift. Oh. Interesting. So we can do full fertilization. I've never used this before, so that's why it all seems new to me, because it is. Where's the fertilizer? On the corner there. Now, can I fill this with fertilizer as well? Oh, you can. Interesting. So you can fertilize and seed with this. I don't know how. Does it actually show you in there? Oh, look at that. That's cool. Let me just lower this so you can see what I'm talking about. You can actually see the grain in there. Now, is it going to change based on... No, it doesn't. So I'm on grass. That's still pretty cool, though. Alright, so you can... Let's lift this up here. You can actually fertilize at the same time. Slow turns with this. It's a bit wide, and it's filled now, so you have to be careful. So, it looks like I didn't need the fertilized spreader, because we have this. So let's go ahead and see what it looks like here. I don't know. Lower, higher workers. Let's see how this works. And apparently, it takes... Is it actually fertilizing? Doesn't look like it is. Oh, I guess it's already been fertilized. Textures in this map look nice. Anyways, I think what's happening there is just using fertilizer from, and that's why it's cost. It looks like it's costing me a lot more than it normally would. Alright, so I'll leave him to do that field. And let's hop into our farmall. See how this sounds. Ooh, that's a nice sound. Oof, that sounds like a... I don't know, it sounds like a race car or something. It's crazy. It's pretty peppy for an old tractor. Jeez. Alright, so I think I need to be careful with this. I'm just going to double check quickly on one of these fields over here. I believe this does have wither wheels on it, so I need to be careful about that. So this is a... Let's just double check here. Actually, we can go empty that guy while we're at it. Oh, it doesn't have wheels. Perfect. So these ones don't. Alright, let's go unload him while we're here. There we go. So it's a slow auger, as you can see. A really slow auger, apparently. I'm gonna go ahead and put this guy in a group. Let's put him in group number 2. Ah, that's cool. Look at the little icon down there. So we only got 2,500. Only got 2,500 canola from that, so not very much. So you start the engine. Start this on the other field over here. There we go. And what we'll do eventually is, because we don't have a very big fields, we will, as I mentioned before... Whoops, wrong way, Ian. We definitely will plow out the fields a little bit. So we're gonna go ahead and put this in group number 2. The mirrors actually work? No, they don't. But the little speedometer does. That's kind of cool. Alright. Let's put our Ford in a group as well. Let's put him in group 1, I guess. So yeah, I think what's happening here is it's actually using the fertilizer from... It's not actually using any, it's just billing me is what it's basically what it's doing. Alright, so you're in a group now too. Excellent. Although the thing I don't like about that is it doesn't show his trailer, which is a bit annoying. So I'm gonna leave that there actually. I'm gonna need that in a second. And man, does this thing sound like pretty mean. I wonder why. I wonder if it was like that in real life. That'd be kind of interesting if it was, actually. So, alright, so we need to pick up our other implements there. So, we may not need that liquid fertilizer spreader, but it's definitely going to cost us. So, what we may have to do is adjust what we do with it. There we go. Now, can you put weights in the front of this? I don't know. I've never used this tractor before. Let's hop in. 5, 6. Nope, doesn't do anything. Nope, we can't. Got a light. Nope, apparently we can't add any weight. Strange. It looks like there's a weight that can go there. So we may have to have a look-see and see what we can do with that. So let's take this back to our farm. So we're well on our way on this new farm here. As I mentioned before, this is going to be a sub 100 horsepower farm only, minus I suppose our F-150, which is probably over 100 horsepower, and our combine. But it'll definitely get the job done. I'm kind of surprised actually that I can't put weight in the front of this right off the bat. I wonder why. Maybe I have to buy one of the old time weights and just use that. So let's drop off this cultivator in this shed right here. I must admit, this is a nice looking tractor. Let's have a look-see here. Does anything work down there? No, that's too bad. That would have been a really nice really nice addition, but they did a really great job regardless. Alright, let's go pick up our plow. And then what we'll do is we'll call it an episode there, folks. Don't want to get too involved in the first episode. We need to ease into it, so to speak. Looks like our fort over there is done. So what we may do is we may extend this grass field here. But we'll see in a second here. Alright, we'll pick up the plow and then call that an episode. Yeah, that would have been really cool if these knobs, these handles worked. But on the outside, still a really nice looking tractor. Farmall. You don't see too many farmalls in Europe, but you do see a few every now and then in the United States. Alright. Gotta line it up here. Ooh, that looks a bit... I looked a bit heavy on that. Yeah, I should add some weight on that. So if I am going to plow with this, I need to be careful because it definitely will lift up this particular tractor at least. I've never used this plow before. It's a nice looking plow. FS-UK guys did it, I believe. I think, I don't know if it does or not. I'll have to check. But I think the little lever actually works when you lower it. Not bad. When you actually plow with it, I think it actually, little handle there turns. So the way it would work is you would turn that and it would help you with plowing, I think is what it is. Let's just take a quick look here. So if we turn that, it will, I don't know, let's find out. Let's lower it. Allow create field, lift furrow. Oh, it doesn't turn. I wonder why. But that's for basically what it boils down to is that's for adjusting. It's for adjusting your how I think it's how close the discs go to the actual plows. It looks like it's what's called a mold board plow, I believe. Whoops. It's a mold board plow, and the little discs there scrape the dirt off because depending on where you are. Dirt will definitely stick to the actual plows themselves, so you need to scrape it off sometimes. There's the chicken. Just run that chicken over apparently. This is our bunker. Seems a bit out of place in this type of farm, but it's here nonetheless. So this tractor will be able to do some of our running around. It'll be our running around tractor, I guess is what it boils down to, because we are going to need that, definitely. I might use it as a plowing tractor too, but I'm definitely going to need some weights. I'm kind of surprised I can't put weights on this tractor. No, it's not that. It's not that. It has lights, which is good. Interesting. I'll have to look into that. Alright, so this is going to be the last pickup of the day here. And then we're going to call it an episode. This is our... I believe this is the Fleming, is it? Or the Connor? No, Marshall. This is our Marshall liquid manure sprayer. We may or may not use this, actually, now that... do you actually need to attach? Yeah, it looks like you need to attach the PTO. Yep. It doesn't do a bad job of attaching. It's a little, this Marshall liquid manure sprayers is a little too big for this particular tractor. It needs 70 horsepower, and this one has 61, so we're a little under horsepower for this particular implement, but some of the other ones we'll be fine with, so that'll be good. So what we're going to do is I'm going to call this episode here for today, folks. My name's Ian Robson. This has been Farming Simulator 2013, and we are on the Old Family Farm 2013. So next time what we'll do is we'll get started with some animals, because that's going to be the main focus of this farm. And I will see you next time. Have a great day, guys. Didn't mean to do that. Have a great day this time.